Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we are going to discuss about complex carbs versus simple carbs and how they affect your fat loss and how they react in your body and whatnot. But before that, anyone who is thinking to comment that you're fat or whatever, the simple reason for that is I ate way too many calories. It's not because I ate white rice or brown rice or whatever. It's all about caloric intake. So that is why I got fat over time. Okay. But I also know how to get lean, how to get ripped, which you can see from the pictures here. So I know the best of both worlds, okay? So complex carbs. What are complex carbs? Like the name suggests, it is a little bit harder for your body to digest, and the digestion process takes a little bit longer than simple carbs. The best example would be brown rice, sweet potatoes. These are a couple of examples for complex carbohydrates, and complex carbohydrates also contain fibers, and also it can help in your gut health, and that is why people tell it is good. And the other reason why they tell complex carbohydrates are better than simple carbohydrates is because it doesn't spike your insulin. We'll talk about insulin a little bit later, but this is what complex carbohydrates are. Okay, now, or I can say they are also rougher in nature, whereas simple carbohydrates like your white rice, white potatoes, and all these things, or white bread, all these things are a little bit softer in nature. And these are the examples, and the reason why people tell it is bad is because it digests very fast, it spikes your insulin, and this is what the people are told. This is what your youtubers or your trainers or whatever tell you. But there is always a larger story to everything, right? There's, like they say, there's always two sides to a coin. So let us discuss now. The first part is insulin. Now, what is insulin? Insulin is a hormone secreted by your pancreas, right? Or in your pancreas, whatever. Now, whenever you eat food or whenever you eat carbohydrates, the reason why insulin is spiked is because carbohydrates are broken down, and finally it increases the amount of glucose in your blood, or like we say, your blood sugar level rises. So when your blood sugar level rises, it shouldn't go too high, right? So what insulin does is, insulin is secreted, and it enters the bloodstream, and it removes all the blood sugar or the glucose and sends it to different cells. So the blood sugar can be sent to your, or the glucose can be sent to your muscle cells and be stored as glycogen, which we use during your high intensity workouts like weight training or high intensity cardio. Then it can also be stored in your liver as glycogen. A little bit part of your liver can be stored with glycogen. And then we have our fat cells, where also it can be stored as glycogen and also fat cells. So now what happens is, there's a process called lipolysis. Lipolysis is when your body or your fat cells release fatty acids for whatever process is it can be used for. Now, insulin inhibits lipolysis, which means it prevents lipolysis, or it slows down lipolysis, or it completely stops lipolysis, or it can be a barrier to lipolysis. So this is the reason why people tell that eating simple carbs is bad, because the spike of insulin is higher, or the rate of spike of insulin is more. But when we eat complex carbohydrates, this doesn't mean that just because you are eating complex carbohydrates, your insulin doesn't get spiked. It does get spiked, okay? I'm going to show you a simple graph of what happens to your blood glucose level when you eat complex carbohydrates and simple carbohydrates. From image A, or the graph A, it's for complex carbohydrates, and for graph B, it is simple carbohydrates. You can see it, complex carbohydrates, the rise of glucose level is slightly slower, but it takes more time. So there's this gradual increase and a gradual decrease over time. But with the simple carbohydrates, the rise of glucose level in your blood is very fast, and the peak also comes down very fast. So there's a sudden rise and a sudden descent, and then after a while it just goes to normal levels. Now, when your glucose is too high, of course your body has to release more insulin, and that process takes place. But if you see this graph, you can clearly see that when you eat your so-called simple versus complex carbohydrates, the spike in insulin, of course with simple carbohydrates, is more, and it comes down very fast. But the graph for your complex carbohydrates, it goes up slowly, and it takes a little bit more time to come down. So the level of insulin in your blood, it will be there for a longer period of time, but with simple, it just goes up and comes down. So basically this is the thing about insulin which no one will tell you. And of course there can be a little bit of fat stored, which when you eat simple carbohydrates, because let's assume you eat just 100 grams of carbs and from sugars, right? So of course the level of blood sugar is more, and of course your body releases insulin, and there can be extra sugars that are not necessary which can be stored as body fat. But now here comes energy balance. Now we all know that carbohydrate is not the only macronutrient that we consume in a day. We also have fats and we also have protein. Now fats and carbohydrates are mainly used for as energy sources, whereas fat is used for a little bit of low intensity, like when we do slow walking on a treadmill or slow walking for a longer duration of time. And carbohydrates, like we know, are stored in our muscles as glycogen, which we use while heavy weight training and high intensity cardio. Now coming back to insulin, if I show you this graph, I would like to thank Alfaraj. You can see this picture here that beans also raise your insulin levels more than, say, your white rice or your white potatoes or your white bread. So does this mean that if eating beans is bad, eating beans will make you fat? No, right? So it all boils down to a very simple thing, okay? And the simple thing is energy balance. So guys, now let's assume that you eat 2700 calories in a day and you burn 3000 calories in a day, and you are consuming carbohydrates, protein and fats in some kind of ratio. So let's multiply that 300 into 7, so that becomes 2100 calories. Now let's assume you follow this diet for 2-3 weeks and you continuously create a deficit. Don't you think that you will burn fat? If you burn more calories than what your body needs, there is no chance you can't lose body fat. Secondly, if you're not losing body fat after calculating your macros, calculating your calories, then that is not you're not creating a deficit, which means you calculated maintenance calories in a wrong way, or your maintenance is little bit lesser. So there is no chance in this world for you to not lose fat, creating a deficit. It's basic logic, okay? So at the end of the day, it's all on you what kind of carbs you want to consume. Now if there is an obese person who has been eating junk all his life, you can't just completely put him on a low carb diet or a diet where you are completely restricting all kinds of food that he has been eating. So there has to be a balance of everything. So there have been many research done on obese men and women, and they found out that people who eliminated white bread or white rice or whatever from their diet, they tend to fall out very fast, as in they stop following the diet and the adherence is not there. So it's all about how you can adhere to the diet. So if you can follow a diet, no matter what you eat, as long as it is little bit of the diet is dense in nutrients, you will be healthy, and you will get a good body composition at the same time. So it's all about eating what you like in proportion to eating what is good. So the only good thing about complex carbohydrates is there's a lot of fibers, right? So what happens is fibers are indigestible. So what it does is it keeps you full, okay? It keeps you full. And complex carbohydrates, since it takes more time to break down, the chances of you overeating is very less. So I prefer 60 to 70% of your diet or your carbohydrates coming from so-called good carbs or complex carbohydrates, not because it doesn't spike your insulin or whatever. The reason for that is it keeps you a little bit fuller, okay? There are so many recipes you can do. It's not just you have to eat bland food. You can just mix brown rice with some spices, and you can make it feel tasty. So it's all about having a mix of both. Now let's assume you go out for a party, or you go to a friend's place and he offers you a candy or whatever. So all you can do is you can track that candy in your MyFitnessPal. If you can't, just approximately know the value for that. So at the end of the day, all that matters for fat loss is your energy balance, which means how many calories you consume versus how many calories you burn, and also having a healthy kind of thing in your diet where you consume 60 to 70 nutrient dense food, because we all know that our body requires vitamins and minerals and all these things to function as well. So do not cut fruits from your diet, do not cut white rice from your diet if you like it. Just make sure that your meal consists of a good source of carbohydrate, good source of protein, and good source of carb. As simple as that. And as far as glycemic index is concerned, now there are low glycemic food, high glycemic food, which means glycemic index is very simple. It is the measure of how your a food or a carb source or whatever raises your blood sugar level. Now they say that white rice has low glycemic index, brown rice has white rice is high glycemic index, brown rice has low glycemic index. So brown rice is better. It's not like that. As long as you eat a complete meal with good source of protein, carbs, and fats, it doesn't matter. Okay, it absolutely doesn't matter, unless and until you have any issues like health issues or whatever that which is medically which is induced medically. Then you might have to look, and for that you need a doctor's advice. Don't take advice of trainers or whatever. Okay, so I hope this video helped, and I'm pretty sure you might have noticed that I'm blabbering once in a while, or I'm thinking while making this video. The reason for that is this topic is made more confusing than it should be. Okay, it's very simple. The summary is: stay at a caloric deficit, eat the food you like, track what you're eating. That's all. You will lose fat. And fat loss doesn't happen in a day or two, it takes weeks and weeks. Okay, and I recommend you lose half a kg to 1.2 kgs per week depending on your body fat. The higher the body fat, the more fat you can lose in a week, or the more weight that you can lose in a week. Okay, I hope this video helped you out, and I hope I've cleared the doubt regarding complex versus simple carbohydrates. It doesn't matter. I'm not saying go eat ice cream, pizza, burgers all the time, but you can add them in your diet as long as 60 to 70% of your diet or carbohydrates are made up of nutrient dense carb sources. Okay, brown rice, oats, whatever you like, but have them in your diet as well. And the more chances of you following the diet will depend on the food sources you eat. As simple as that. If you completely avoid everything and just start eating bland, the diet won't continue for a long time. So I hope this video helped you out, guys. Let me know what you want to watch next. Like this video if you like the information, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all in my next video. Peace.